Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for your continued support, and I hope that this video finds you well wherever you are. We are still in the mountain, bado tuko mlima. You are warned not to touch the mountain. Muliambiwa msiguze mlima and you thought it was a joke. You took it for granted. Now mlima uliguzwa and the consequences are very enormous. From Embu, where the governor Cecil Mbarire was heckled, booed, and chased by border operators, and the police surrendered. They were told, "We don't need you here. You go. When we need you, we'll call you." Knowing very well what had happened in Nyeri, they decided to surrender. They don't want any unnecessary conflict. Now we are back, and this time round we are in Limuru. The MP Kiragu Chege was greeted, and that was the aftermath of the goons that invaded Rigathi's event when Rigathi attended a burial function, an event in Limuru. And Mr. Kiragu, Honorable Kiragu Chege, refused to sit together with Rigathi and his group in an area that had been set aside for them, the VIP section, and instead he decided to sit with the bishops. Then when that mayhem ensued, it was concluded that he could be part of the mastermind of the goons that invaded, chased people, vandalized property, tents, and chairs. And we know that after that, there was a time he was roughed up and was chased. Now yesterday, he was reportedly beaten, caned, and frog-marched in the presence of his security, because the members of the constituents there are not massaging anyone, and they are sending a message. I want us to go directly to the video because Murima umelipuka. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a current member of parliament being paid by taxpayers' money, enjoying security. But members no longer fear. The fear is gone. Can you imagine a member of parliament is being roughed up like that? He was subdued, and it was like he also surrendered. The security surrendered. Allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell so that we grow together. Kindly give this video many likes. Again, to those who support this channel, to all our returning subscribers, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to go straight to the interpretation of what is happening in the larger Mount Kenya, and to be very precise, what happened in Limuru. Because people don't just wake up and decide we are going to frog march to harass a member of parliament. Remember, this is the member of parliament that they elected among many others who contested. They thought this was the best among the best. This man campaigned, promised to be a servant leader. He went from door to door. A constituency is so big, Limuru constituency. So in all the wards, they looked at all the aspirants, and they decided that Mr. Chege was the best. Now Mr. Chege is being rejected, is being ejected, is being beaten, is being humiliated. Why? And that is the question that I want to answer. Why? Number one, this is a revenge mission after goons were sent to harass the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Mount Kenya is still bitter, but they were very quiet. If there is one thing you will agree with me, is that after the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, Mount Kenya just went quiet. They decided they were not going to cause any mayhem. But then they are being provoked. They went for a funeral, and the locals confessed that they could not recognize the people who came to cause havoc in that burial event. And I remember Rigathi Gachagua was saying that his people confessed to him that had they known that those goons were going to come, they would have prepared to counter them. Nevertheless, they are now revenging because many are pointing accusing finger to this member of parliament, and that is why he's being harassed like that. Number two, this is a warning to any other leader who might think of organizing any goons in that area, because it seems the government has decided to unleash goons. The other time, they were trying to use the police to block the group that went to the Nyeri DCI headquarters, led by the Kiambu Senator Wathangwa. And the residents there rose in anger, and they chased the police because someone wants to create fear. Someone wants to ensure that the leaders that support Rigathi Gachagua are not given airtime. They are not given airtime. They are not given an opportunity to speak to their people. And they are giving a warning that should there be anyone who is thinking of unleashing any goons to any of these leaders, they are not going to take it lightly. And that's why they are frog marching their leader there, the Limuru member of parliament, so that it is a warning. It is also a warning to the DCI. Remember, after that incident, it is obvious that the victims were Rigathi and his people. But you see what has happened now, the leaders are now being summoned, and the DCI is telling them that they are the first suspects. And they are saying, how can it be? Because the former member of parliament who was in the camp of Rigathi Gachagua allegedly was also kidnapped. And he was saying that he had to lie to them, all this. We don't know whether these are cooked up stories, but you never know with politics. So they are victims, yet they are now being labeled as the perpetrators, as the organizers and the mastermind of the goons that caused this havoc. So they are sending a warning even to the DCI that we are not going to take it, and they are standing in solidarity with their leaders, because in moments like this they want to show that we are not going to be taken for granted. If there's anyone who still feels that after hosting Rigathi Gachagua, they're still going to harass the leaders who are allied to him, they are ready to defend it and they are ready to say no. They are also trying to secure Mount Kenya after regarding impeachment and after that attack, because they have realized that some people want to take them for granted and they are rising up. They are telling any other enemy, you have impeached regarding Gachagua, please let us be. And I must repeat that Mount Kenya conducted themselves in civility with a lot of decorum. People expected that they would go to the street to demonstrate. They didn't. I call it an internal affair because now they are busy harassing the members of parliament whom they told don't vote to impeach Rigathi Gachagua, but they defied the instructions of the electorate. So they deal with them instead of going to the street to vandalize their property. And finally, these people are showing William Ruto that please do not take our kindness and being quiet, being peaceful for weakness. You know, many times people have thought that there are certain regions that can chase the police and engage them in running battles. But going by what happened in Nyeri, when a generation is angry, when a community is angry, when a society is vexed and they become irate, they can really cause havoc. Nyeri showed it all when they chased the police that was trying to interfere with a very peaceful procession or a meeting that was going on between the leaders and the people. So they are showing William Ruto, they are showing the state and the government that they can also be lethal. And I think no one will ever try. There is no any leader who will be, because the state will use some of these leaders to cause havoc, but the leaders are now afraid. After what happened to Cecil Mbarire, after what happened to the Limuru member of parliament, and I know he regrets, no one will ever dare to do that. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. You can imagine that is the whole MP enjoying security, being harassed. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Please share with me your thoughts on the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.